Good evening. Today is Tuesday, November 20th, 2012, and you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today we're in Acanthop Isle. I'm starting a Let's Play for The Sims 2 in my custom world Acanthop Isle. And just like for those of you who may have seen my Let's Play Skyrim series, this is going to be modded. It's going to be roleplay, story focused. It's going to get into the Sims lives, and as I always do, I will let you know what mods I'm using, and you'll be able to check that out in the description box below the video. So I thought we would start out this introduction with a tour of Acanthop Isle and give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing in the Let's Play and how the Sims are going to interrelate and all that kind of fun stuff. If you're just interested in jumping right into the Let's Play, you can skip this introduction by clicking the next annotation up at the top right-hand corner of your screen. So for those of you who are sticking around, let's get started on that tour. This is Acanthop Isle, and I am so pleased with that isle. First of all, let me just show you the thing I am most happy about as it goes across the bridge here. Look at this. Choo-choo train! Look at the little choo-choo train! Yes, I may be in my 40s, but when the choo-choo train comes out, I regress to about 12. Look at the little choo-choo train! So yeah, and these are the trees. Oops! Dunked down behind a hill there. Those are the trees. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is how I have this separated out. And this, like I said, is a map that I have created myself. I built it in SimCity 4. And if there's interest in me doing a tutorial on YouTube on how to build your own world in SimCity 4, leave a comment below and let me know that. And if I receive enough interest, I'll be happy to do that tutorial and show you just the real fun of making your own world. Now, to be clear, I did not build the houses in this world. I'm a terrible house builder. I love to decorate, but I can't build worth crap. Let's just put it that way. Let's just be honest about it. And I wanted a lot of houses that were very tucked in tight together. A lot of row houses and brownstones and that kind of stuff over on the mainland. And then on Acanthop Isle that we're looking at right now, I wanted to have houses still kind of tight together, but have kind of a beach condo look going on. So first of all, let me just show you the whole map, the whole world. I'm going to scroll all the way out. And like I did in my Skyrim Let's Play, I will have in the description box below a page on my website, and that will be thejessachannel.com, and I'm saying will because I haven't done it yet, thejessachannel.com/Sims2 mod list, and that's in the description box for that. And you'll be able to see what mods I'm running, and whenever I can remember to give credit to who has made a house or a mod or custom content, I always will if I can remember. So first of all, here's the whole world, and what I wanted was a map where you had your island area over here and your mainland area. And the reason why the mainland is hugging the edge of the map here is because I wanted it to seem as if it was the mainland was a whole continent. It was a whole area, but because of the limitations of the game, I can't make a whole continent, so I just made the sort of edge of the continent over here. So let me show you the mainland first. And I'm just gonna scroll down here. And if you have any questions, like I said, on how I did anything, leave me a comment below in the comment box and I'll be happy to answer that for you. I love answering questions about how I achieved the look that I did. You know, the more knowledge we all have, the more that we can build really amazing worlds and share them and our stories with each other. And The Sims 2, the Sims franchise really is a game about sharing. And I am all for giving out information that I have gotten from other people or came up with in my own playing around. I've been a Sims 2 player since September 15th, 2004. I remember the date very clearly because I had to drive 2 hours from our little town where I live on the beach to the major shopping area to get the game because it didn't come out here and I wanted this game so badly. And I did not play The Sims 1. I know, blasphemy, blasphemy. Burn, you witch, burn. Yeah, I know, it's terrible. I once admitted that I hadn't played The Sims 1 in a live stream that I did, because I do live streaming of The Sims and other games as well too, but I've done a lot of The Sims 2 live streaming, which, by the way, you can find out when I'm next live streaming. We do fun things like the Body Shop game, and we decorate and just have a great time. The chat room is very lively, and you can find that link below in the description box, but it is livestream.com/the Jessa Channel. And there are some videos up in the library right now. Anyway, so this is the mainland, and this is intended to be kind of the poor area of town. And I took time to really name the different areas of the world. So this area of the world is called Dockside, and that's everything on this side of the bridge, on the west side of the bridge. And yes, I am such an anal hood builder that I actually have north, south, east, and west marked out on my my map here, my town, so I know Dockside East or Dockside West or whatever. And I use that for naming things. And so, for example, let me see if I'm correct on my east and west here. This townhouse, yes, would be Dockside North Row House, and then South 01. That made no sense, did it? Okay, so I thought my naming of condos made sense, but now that I look at it, I'm like, what the heck what was I smoking right then? Because, but I think, yeah, that. I think I might have my north-south backwards, though. Let me see here. What is this one called? Yeah, this is north. Okay. Okay, forgive me. I haven't been in this hood in several months. Since before I got married in July, okay? So that's my excuse. Anyway, yeah, so this is south up here, and then this is north down here. So this is east. And we have some fun things here. We have this crane done by Psycho Sims at LiveJournal. And I'll try and remember to put that in my mod list, but if not, just Google it, Psycho Sims, or Psycho Sim at LiveJournal. And this wonderful crane that he did, I believe it's he, and these dock things here. This over here is the dump, and I intend this to be, I use an integrated economy in my world. So that means basically that the Sims buy things from each other. The Sims own businesses. I have all the expansion packs and all the stuff packs for The Sims 2. I have the complete set. So that includes Open for Business, and I find that an integrated economy, having Sims go and buy things from different Sims, it just adds so much more story potential, and it's a lot more fun. These are things that I have not seen too often in people's worlds, but this is Maxis content, these wonderful little blinking lights. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them when I'm playing, because when I'm in this lot, which is called the shipping shop, and it'll be the little post office. And there'll be a place in the post office where you can send packages to other Sims, you can send mail, you can buy postcards. So yeah, that's just going to be a lot of fun to play that. And that'll be owned by a Sim. All of these things will be owned by different Sims. There are 11 Sims ready to go into Acanthop, and I will talk about those in episode 1 with those Sims. Anyway, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these little what are these things called? Somebody tell me in the comments what these little things are called. What are they called? I think they're called traffic horses or whatever. Anyway, construction horses, that's what I'm thinking. So we have some wonderful tiny little houses here. I'm a big fan of tiny lots. These houses are 1x2. These are. I use mostly the largest lots I use for residential lots are 2x2. I think I have just a few other lots. The castle, which you'll see in a minute, is 4x4. This is a playground, dockside playground, and you have over here. I really spent a lot of time on the details, and I mean, I just love building hoods, so it was not at all a hardship for me. This is the I'm sorry, bus stop. There's a bus system. You can see the fire hydrant. And all of these things are worth it to take the time for Sims 2 players to take the time to really build out their world, because it shows up from the lot. And I can tell you, it really adds to the story. I mean, I do everything I can to make my stories as rich as possible, and having things like this little sign here that shows that this is a crossing for children, you know, it really adds to the whole story. So that if I do a story in this house and the sim has just come home from school, you can see right across the way here, you can see the sign, and it just makes everything so much more rich and adds some real depth. I have another hood, which is a personal hood that I play myself, that I have had going now since 2006. And I have been playing the same hood, the same characters. Some of them have passed on. I'm a very slow player, just like with Skyrim. This is another bus stop. This is a bus stop that's actually a lot, so that you can go into this bus stop and tell stories as well there. And yeah, if you're not you know, familiar with The Sims 2 or The Sims series in general, you know, and you want to know a little bit more about what I'm talking about, because I know I am talking, you know, kind of quickly, wanting to give you a quick tour here. But if you want to know how to play this game, or you want to know what I'm talking about when I say things like a lot or neighborhood decorations or things like that, you just let me know. So I plan for this to be, there's going to be a crime system in my hood, there's a justice system, there will be a jail, and I intend, my initial thoughts is to have this funky, wonderful warehouse, which was built by Plastic Box on Mod The Sims, to be the crime syndicate sort of headquarters there. There's a wharf area here. These wonderful boats were done by PsychoSim. The railroad track is a Maxis railroad track, and the bridge that I've put on it is custom content that is by, Cricket, spelled Criquette, who did a bunch of neighborhood decorations, including this wharf right here. So, taking the time, like I said, to put down these trees. Most of these trees are custom content trees, just to give the neighborhood more color. And some of them are seasons enabled, meaning that they will, the leaves will drop off according to the seasons and have their winter look, and some of them are not. I considered Acanthop to be kind of something similar to the area where I'm in the Pacific Northwest. This is a newsstand. So that's why and a little diner. And as we go over the bridge here, we see the falls. And eventually I will have a name for these falls. And I haven't a name for them right now. This, oh, I love the rainbow. Let's just look at the rainbow for a minute. Oh, I love the rainbow. So the falls here is a decoration from Numenor at Mod The Sims. Most of the, if you're looking for something that I have, and you know, you leave a comment and for some reason I haven't gotten back to you, which would probably never happen, but if it did, you can always find out where things are from by going to, Mod The Sims has a where can I find area, so that's where I would go. There's a lot of people that will be willing to help you find things, and just point them to the video and about the time that I showed whatever the content was. So we're on the opposite side of the mainland now. And I considered the mainland, my goal for the mainland was to have it be little hoods. Like this area here is called Bridgeside. This is the commercial center. So these are this is the Mainland Hotel. These, you know, are commercial buildings. I don't know yet what's going to be in them. You know, I have them available for sale. That means that when a sim is ready to buy a business, I can have the sim go in and buy one of these businesses, and the sim might want to make it a pizza parlor or whatnot. This building is a building that is called the Abbey Church, and I did not build this building, and unfortunately I'm not remembering off the top of my head who did build it, but if you really want to know, leave a comment. I will look it up in my downloads folder. But anyway, yes, there is a religious system in my world as well too. This is a neat little trick, and I would be happy to do this. Do a hood creation tutorial as I mentioned earlier, but also some of the decorating tips that I do. But that's as a little tip to make the smoke look like it's coming out of the chimney, which I think is fun. But yes, there will be a vicar, or a reverend. There's a church over on the Acanthop Isle on the other side. This is called Foursquare. This little center area here. And these are all going to be little owned businesses. Perhaps a thrift stop, perhaps a little fruit store, that kind of thing. And once again, I will tell you, I am a huge fan of Plastic Box. A huge fan. And I'm going to say she. I'm not sure if Plastic Box was a she or a he. I'll say she and hope I'm correct. But anyway, she did wonderful, wonderful work on small lots. Plastic Box was excellent, and a small lot is just so much nicer for creating a really nicely, tightly knit community look. And I'm enjoying this music that's playing in the background, this Sims 2 music. Normally I have the music turned off because I listen to my own music while I'm simming, but for this Let's Play, to make it a little bit more interesting, I turned the Sims 2 the music that comes with the game back on, which I haven't heard it in years. Anyway, so yeah, this is a 2x2 lot. This is, like I said, the biggest lot I have, and it's an apartment lot, and I will be able to put, I think there's 6 apartments in there. And I'm not going into any of the lots right now, just for the sake of brevity, to keep this short. But I will. You'll see them as we're playing along. And if you have any particular lot that you'd like to see, let me know, and I will make sure to show it off in one of the Let's Plays before we get into the story. Some more aspects here of the mainland. This area of town's called Cove Side. And the streets are even named in my world. And what I intend to do is to take a top-down picture like this of the map, and then just show you the names of the streets. It's important in the Sims to have a place for your Sims to go, because a good deal of story happens in the community lots, because the Sims that you are not playing at the time will often get into hijinks with each other in the background with it while you're playing the Sim that's active at the current moment. And that's where so much of the exciting story comes from. One of the beautiful things about The Sims 2, and why I love it so much and have been playing it for 8 years non-stop, is that, and that's a long time to be playing one game, but it's because I was able to, in my old hood, to create such an integrated storyline, but I wasn't the one that was doing all the creating. I maybe had some overarching goals, but the Sims would often get into hijinks and into trouble and create storylines I never could have thought of. And so you get to get your inner control freak out, which is lovely, and have your God mode complex. But then you also get to be surprised, because if for me as a player, if it's just me dictating what's going to happen, it's not nearly as interesting as someone who, something happening that I did not expect. Over here is a lot of space for a beach lot here, and another one over here. I have most of the lots, as you can see, are pretty much full. Most of the areas are full. I like to do little tricks like taking custom content or hood decoration content and mixing and matching it together so you get a different look. Like, for example, this little area here in the middle of Foursquare with this tree. My storyline with this tree is that it's one of the original trees that were here when the settlers came, and so they decided to make their central square here, and they didn't want to cut down these trees, keep it as a memory of the beautiful world that they came to. Anyway, so you can see here that this and this and this are separate pieces of content that I have taken, and using just gently nudging them together, have placed them so that they look like one big area, one big decoration. So that's another neat little trick that you can do. let's move on over now. I'm in hood decoration mode. That's why these boxes are showing up. These are telling me that this is where they're called the placeholders for waves, for example, for decorations that I have down. And when I go back into house mode, they disappear. Let's move over here to Sovereignty Isle. I plan to have a nice political system going as well. And one of the ways that I'm doing that is having a sovereign who is going to be in conflict with the council. And the council is the governing body over on Acanthop Isle. The sovereignty is the governing body over the entire area. The sovereignty works in tandem with, or gives orders to carry out to the person who lives here, and the Primarch's mansion. And the Primarch is one of the seats of power in Acanthop Isle. So, yeah, the more opportunity that I can give structure to my Sims world with political systems, economic systems, justice systems. I love how the boats don't pay any attention to this bridge here. This is a Maxis decoration, and this is a Maxis decoration, but whoever was in charge of the bridges didn't think to put in collision or something there to keep them from going right through the right through the bridge. Here's another bit of decoration. I love the trees. These trees came with Bon Voyage, an expansion pack for The Sims 2. It's getting harder and harder to get in the Sims 2 expansion packs, so if you're interested in getting them, the best place to find them, I think, would be eBay. This is Sovereignty Castle. It's a 4x4 lot. It was difficult to find a castle on a smaller lot. The largest lot available is 6x6, and I couldn't fit a 6x6 anywhere in my world, nor would I want to. A 6x6 lot is way too big. And the other thing about big lots is that you spend so much time with the Sim getting from place A to place B. It can get pretty, boring to just watch them having to walk, down how many ever levels just to go to the bathroom or get to the school bus on time. This will be another little beach lot that I'll put in here, which will be part of the Sovereignty's private little dock, dock area. And the Sovereignty will always be female. It'll be a maternal line. And some of this I have in my head, and some of it I make up as I go. Also, remember that this is a Let's Play. Remember that I'm happy to take suggestions for what you think the character should be up to. And what do you think they should be happening in the world, or who do you think should become the new vicar, or who should win for the mayor's race over here on Acanthop Isle. I really want to keep the Let's Play. Okay, so we are at Acanthop Isle. In my imagination, it takes about 55 minutes by train to go from the mainland here to Acanthop Isle here. And I have even taken the time to put in, let's see if I've done it over here. In my mind, the train stops right behind these condos here, these brownstones. And people get off here, and they can go to the newsstand. They can go catch a bus to the other part of the island. They can get something to eat at the diner. So this is considered to be the train station over here. And then over here, the train station where you can get off, is just over here. These small little lots. Once again, these are plastic box lots. And some of these lots, Plastic Box made a couple of completely decorated hoods with lots in them just for that hood, and I actually downloaded those hoods and took the lots out of the hoods so I could use them. I basically spent I don't know, a month or so gathering lots to put in here, looking for the right sizes. There were a few lots that fit my needs so perfectly that I actually took the time to open them up and change the lot size using a lot adjuster by Mootilda. At Mod The Sims. I am saying Mootilda, Moo as in cow, Mootilda. Anyway, so these are the railway shops, so that when you get off of the train right here, you just walk around, do some shopping, and here it comes. Oh, you guys, come on. Who cannot love a choo-choo train? If you are not completely giggling right now with joy, you're not human. You don't have a heart. Or at least you didn't have a little train set when you were a child and you were deprived. I think one of the reasons why I Let's Play is because I just find myself amusing. And I figured I'd put my amusing nonsense up on YouTube and see if anyone else found me amusing. So these are the beach condos here. We have the school, and there will be an education system with a school teacher or teachers. There is a college on the Acanthop Isle as well too. I do have university, Sims 2 University, but I don't use the Sims 2 University system. I use aspects of it, but I use mods which allow me to have my university in my main hood. And those are available from Squinge, Squinge at Inseminator. Or you can check the mod list below. So these are the fancy houses for the kind of the nouveau rich. One of these may be the mayor's mansion, or if I decide to have a mayor, however I decide to work that. And now we are in the university area. This, I love how this area came out. This is the student center. This is the dormitory hall. And these are the classrooms. Humanities, healing arts, sciences, and communications. So that covers all of the majors that I've downloaded, as well as that come with university. And these will be actual classrooms. The kids will, the young adults will go off to class, and I will play out stories here. These are the bakery and cafe, and then some student housing for students who can afford their own housing. Here's another newsstand, the university newsstand, and here's another little bus stop. I'm so detail oriented about my hoods that I actually gave thought to like where the bus would stop. One of the difficult things about having a hood this small is that there's a lot that I wanted to shove into a very small space. These hoods are very small. Like I said, most of these lots are 1 by 1, 1 by 2. The largest, this one I think is 2 by 2, the council hall for the elder council. And you might be thinking, well, Jessa, you have a sovereign, a primarch, a mayor, and an elder council. You know, I mean, that's a lot of politics going on there, and you'd be right on that. That's why I'm not clear yet on how I'm going to do it, and that's part of the Let's Play as well. If you guys have ideas as to how the political system in this little town should work, let me know. I do know that I want to have some opposing groups. That's one of the things I'm clear about. I'm clear that I'm going to have the sovereignty and the elder council. And I'm just not sure if I need a mayor, or if the elder council can have just a spokesperson. And the Primarch, I'm not sure about that. I might be willing to let that go if I found that he was or she was superfluous. This is the farming area, and this is a neat trick. This is actually a lot that I used Lot Adjuster to move away from the road so that you could still go to this lot. And it's a community lot, and it works just like any other community lot, except that it doesn't need to be butted up against the road like like a normal lot needs to be. So that's a little trick. If you want to know how I did that, let me know in the comments, and I may do a tutorial for you. More farmland, and then this is Old Town. These condos, brownstones, I should say. Hard to get a look at them behind the trees, are fantastically built. They are built by someone on Mod The Sims whose name I'm not remembering, unfortunately. And I thought about whether I should just open up my downloads folder and look it up while I was Let's Playing, but I think I'm going to avoid doing that and just let you ask a question if you need to know, because it would slow the Let's Play down with me going in and digging in my downloads folder every 5 minutes. This is Acanthop's little church. And there's a little green area over here, which will be where outdoor weddings can happen. And it's right next door to the cemetery. And the cemetery is a great thing, great idea for taking your science-oriented Sims to, who want to see ghosts. And they'll see plenty. there. This is the Commons is what it's called, and it's the gathering place. Town festivals happen here. It's just the park where everybody gathers to find out what's going on and all the news in town. The church will have weddings. You can also have weddings in the Central Commons area here. This is a very cute little community rink. In the summer, it's ice skating, and in the winter, it's in the summer, it's roller skating, and in the winter, it's ice skating. And it has an adorable little coffee shop, which is so well done. And like I said, I searched high and low for proper houses that fit my size and my aesthetic. And there's a simmer called S655, the letter S655. She's on Tumblr. And she does the most wonderful brownstones and little row houses and whatnot. And I think she's also actually, I take it back. She's available on LiveJournal, possibly Dreamwith. Anyway, search for her on Google. And I tell her she needs to stop making so many great row houses because I don't have any room to put them. I have to make a whole new hood, and this hood took a long time for me to build and get it just right, just perfect. And there's still little niggly things that I have, being a detail-oriented, sort of nitpicky type of person about this kind of stuff. I wish I could kind of fix this or that, but I have to let it go after a while or I'd never get a chance to play it. But it took me about 3 months to make this hood, working on it, 3-4 nights a week. Another little playground. So important to have playgrounds. And in fact, the school teachers can take the kids, there's a playground back here, but if she wants to take them on a little excursion, there's a cute little beachfront park here. And I think that's it. A lot of decorations, a lot of ways to make the world work and to make lovely integrated stories. And in the end, and here we go. Oh, that's why, by the way, I decided that this was south, because these lovely little geese are flying south. So that's how I decided that was south. And they're really cute. They fly. This is content. This is Maxis content that comes in the neighborhood's decoration, and they fly right into the waterfall over here and fly off into the rainbow. And you'll see, as you can see, I have a lot of birds. There's some birds here. If you can just see, I can get down a little bit closer there. Birds, and you can hear them when I get down close. So yeah, all those little things that make the world look alive. Unfortunately, some of the things that are in this hood don't show up, and this is just Maxis, the way Maxis coded it, don't show up from the lot view. But like the birds don't show up, for example. And I put seagulls near the edges and crows and whatnot near the garbage dump over on the other side where I was showing you guys earlier. So I think that's it for the introduction. Hope I didn't go too much longer than I was hoping to, but there's just a lot to show you. And so with that, stay tuned, and we'll be back soon. I'll be back soon. Talking about myself as if there's 3 of me. I'll be back soon for the first episode of this Let's Play. Leave me some comments and keep me encouraged. If you like what you saw, hit the like button below. And if you loved what you saw, join the party. Subscribe. I think that's it. Okay? We'll see you next time in the next video. Get every new Jessa Channel video right in your email inbox. Subscribe, then click Also Email Me for each new upload. And thanks for watching.